Hi, folks. Welcome to Ring of Honor on HDNet. Mike Hogwood here along with Dave Prazak, and we begin tonight with breaking news. Dave, we have a new world champion. It is Austin Aries.
That we do. History was made, Hog. In New York City at the Hammerstein Ballroom, Austin Aries became the first man to become a two-time Ring of Honor world champion.
Now we'll see how long he can hold on to it. Let's get right to our action.
This match is set for one fall with a 15-minute time limit. Approaching the ring from the United Banks of Switzerland, weighing 170 kilos, Claudio Castagnoli.
Claudio Castagnoli, very European. And quite an entrance into the ring here.
Quite the ring jacket as well. And how about that scarf?
Yeah, how about it?
He's a fashion plate.
I would say something else, but I'm not sure you can say it on television.
He's a fantastic wrestler. You can say that.
Yeah, right. Hey, you remember last week, Necro Butcher had to come into the ring to try to save Grizzly Redwood after he was beaten by Jimmy Rave.
Yeah, Jimmy Rave had the heel hook on Grizzly Redwood. Prince Nana putting the bad mouth on him. And the Necro Butcher ran into the ring with the steel chair in hand, stuck his nose in Prince Nana's business.
Well, the Necro Butcher did absolutely the right thing, and now he's going to try to do the right thing in the ring against Claudio Castagnoli.
Well, you know, Claudio Castagnoli isn't a member of the embassy per se, but he is a good friend of Prince Nana, an associate of the embassy, and I think that Claudio is going to teach Necro a lesson in this matchup here tonight.
His opponent, weighing 250 pounds, the Necro Butcher.
You can tell who this crowd loves, the Necro Butcher. He's kind of an everyman. Folks here can really relate to this guy. I'm not so sure about Claudio.
Well, the Necro Butcher, known for the brawling style and grabbing weapons, the referee better make sure that no staple gun or steel chairs or tables are involved in this matchup. It is not a no disqualification contest.
Senior referee Todd Sinclair wants him to shake hands.
Oh, Claudio extending the hand. He is an honorable man.
The Necro Butcher's not so sure what that's all about.
He's following the code of honor. See, just like I said.
Well, there's the handshake, but let me tell you, the Necro Butcher was ready for something from Claudio right there. Listen at the crowd, already into the Necro Butcher.
Well, but it's Claudio that strikes first and smacking him upside the head a little bit.
What's that? Slapping him around on the head, like that's gonna do something.
He's playing mind games with the man right there. Took him down with the waist lock, and look at the condition that Claudio is in.
Yeah, look at the condition the Necro Butcher is in.
Yeah, that's all the training that he does is drink beer and then fight people. Claudio's got technique, though. What the hell is Necro doing?
And the Necro Butcher giving the Claudio a little of his own medicine. Slapping him around on the head.
Extending the hand once again. Amateur wrestling from the Necro Butcher. There's a boot to the gut from Castagnoli.
What an uppercut right there.
Very European uppercut.
Stung the Necro Butcher.
Able to launch Claudio with that monkey flip. Begging for mercy. Oh, Necro won't even give him time. Come on.
Slams the head into the buckle. Boy, he's already hurt his back once. Going to work on it now. Knocks him out of the ring. Well, that brawling style, pretty effective right now from the Necro Butcher.
You have to know that Prince Nana is watching the monitor in the locker room very closely at this matchup. He's not done with the Necro Butcher, and well, Necro caught him from behind. He had his back turned. Come on.
You know, while Claudio was strutting his stuff to the crowd, the Necro Butcher is concentrating on winning a match here.
Oh, Necro taking some liberties with the rules here.
Like Claudio hasn't before?
Oh, he had that wrapped right around the man's throat. How about a warning from the official? Well, thankfully for Claudio, the action is being brought back inside the ring, away from all those weapons on the floor. Claudio is a wrestler, not a brawler. And he's going to win this match with wrestling, trying to suplex him inside the ring here. Who's going to get it?
Pretty tough to suplex somebody like the Necro Butcher.
Can't get the O'Connor roll. Haha, the great equalizer right to the eyes.
And the boot to the face.
And here's the cover.
Only a count of 2, and there come the fists.
Oh, he's not wasting any time, staying right on the man. Just measured him for that elbow.
Now the crowd encouraging Necro to get back in this match.
But it's the superior wrestling skills of Claudio Castagnoli that are shining through right now. You can hit those European uppercuts from just about any position in that ring. Plants him with the slam.
Slams him down, and it's now Necro who somehow stays alive. Just a count of 2, says Necro Butcher.
There's Castagnoli known for the Ricola bomb, but Necro firing back at the midsection. One knee from Claudio puts him back in command.
Hitting him with those ham hocks there.
Now this time he does get the O'Connor roll. The pace picks up. Oh, he ran right through that.
That fist to the face, then the boot to the face from the Necro Butcher, and look at the face now of Claudio Castagnoli. He might be on Queer Street somewhere.
Oh, Necro gets the bulldog. Claudio hanging in there though. Trying to regain his bearings. Now he's going for the choke slam, it looks like. But Claudio fighting his way out of it.
Yeah, a couple of elbows to the head there, got him out of it. Necro Butcher, for a guy his size, is surprisingly quick.
Ooh, what a shot right to the face. What is he doing all the way to the top? You gotta be kidding me.
Hey, what is this? Jimmy Rave? He has no business being here around this ring. What is he doing?
I knew the embassy would be watching closely. Hey, Necro stuck his nose in Jimmy Rave's business last week, and now it's payback time.
Todd Sinclair trying to get Rave out of the ring. Oh, my goodness! That was a low blow! A low blow by Claudio Castagnoli.
Oh, but the referee didn't see it, and Claudio gets the victory. And now Rave putting the boots to the Necro Butcher.
A low blow, and here comes Brent Albright.
Talk about having no business being out here, hitting the ring with a chair.
Oh, come on. There was a low blow to the Necro Butcher, and then Jimmy Rave putting the boots to him.
Yeah, but who won the match? It's Claudio.
Unglaublich, very European. Das Glockenspiel erklingt.
Very European, knows how to cheat. That's one thing for sure. I personally am glad to see Brent Albright come out there to help the Necro Butcher.
I'm not.
Listen at the crowd. USA! USA!
What do they have against Switzerland?
Nothing against Switzerland. It's all about honor. It's all about character.
Well, Albright's raising Necro's hand, but it was Claudio Castagnoli getting the victory. Jimmy Rave served as a distraction. Necro chased him back inside the ring, and Jimmy Rave took the attention of the referee, allowing Claudio to hit the low blow on Necro. Referee turned around and counted 3. That's all that matters.
Dave, I am sorry. That is just wrong. That is wrong. Albright helping the Necro butcher out.
Maybe Necro won't procreate now.
You may remember last week when Austin Aries hit Jerry Lynn with the belt. Reality is set in. Austin Aries is the new world champion. And Dave, coming up a little later, we'll have some photos from the historic title change in New York City is where it happened. And again, some photos of that coming up a little bit later. Right now, let's hear from one of the ladies in our next match.
Hey guys, it's Nevaeh, coming from Dayton, Ohio. Tonight, I get the opportunity of a lifetime. On national television, I get to wrestle the Shimmer Women's Champion, Mischief.
The following women's match is a non-title match. It is scheduled for one fall with a 15-minute time limit. Entering the ring from Dayton, Ohio, Nevaeh.
It is an opportunity, Dave, but boy, what an underdog Nevaeh is going to be against the champion.
Her opponent, being accompanied by Jimmy Jacobs from the Inferno. She is representing the Age of the Fall, and she is the Shimmer Wrestling Champion, Mischief.
Your soul's tormentor, Mischief, the Shimmer champion, accompanied by Jimmy Jacobs. She has held that belt for over a year now after winning it from Sarah Del Rey. Yeah, it is an opportunity for Nevaeh, who has tasted championships in the past, former one half of the Shimmer Tag Team Champions. Non-title action, Paul Turner, your referee.
This is Nevaeh's first one-on-one match here on HDNet. And as we said, it's not going to be an easy one. Mischief, the title holder.
Well, the code of honor is followed. Yeah, Nevaeh was part of tag team action a couple of months ago here on HDNet. Pulled out the victory with Daisy Hayes as her tag team partner. And takes over Mischief with the side headlock. It was Mischief pulling out the victory in a three-way contest against both Sarah Del Rey and Daisy Hayes just a couple of weeks ago here on HDNet. Utilizing the Desecrator.
Yeah, a lot of hair pulling going on right here, too.
Oh, but agility shown by Nevaeh right there, staying on her feet and grabbing the headlock on Mischief once again.
Headlock's been impressive, but Mischief has a lot of strength, a lot of power in her legs.
Sent into the corner. And it's Nevaeh with the snapmare bringing her down. A headache neck snap. And a sliding clothesline in combination. Only able to get 2, though. Would mean a lot for Nevaeh if she could beat the Shimmer champion here in this non-title matchup. Duck of the clothesline by Mischief and the back fist right to the side of the head.
There's another fist to the head, more to the head from Mischief. Now put the boot right on the back.
And Jimmy Jacobs looking on very closely. Double stuffs now to the back of Nevaeh in the corner.
Look at the pain on Nevaeh's face. She can't take much more of that, Dave.
Mischief can't dish out the punishment, that is for sure.
Kind of sick guys, Jimmy Jacobs. who would enjoy something like this. And you know, we've seen Jacobs enjoy seeing that mist come out of Mischief that has won her some matches, not winning with honor at all.
Nevaeh gets the leverage necessary to roll Mischief up, though, but only 2.
You know, this is so important for Nevaeh. If she could win here tonight, and again, the referee cautions against pulling the hair. They've got Nevaeh curled up like a pretzel here.
Her foot is almost touching the back of her head. She didn't give it up, though.
And right to the gut on that knee brace. You see the braces on Mischief's knees? That hurts when it hits you.
But despite those knee problems, look at the balance. Went for unhallowed grace, but Nevaeh moved out of the way.
This could be a chance for Nevaeh right here.
Getting some momentum here.
Hitting her with everything she's got, including that drop kick right there. And again, the pulling of the hair. Has she got her? No, only a count of 2.
Not quite enough.
Now he's going to pull her up by her hair. Shot to the gut from Mischief.
Could be time for the desecrator. No,
Look at Nevaeh get out of it. Nevaeh. Oh, Nevaeh.
Hey, Jimmy, get down.
Oh, it was very close, but Mischief did kick out.
Get down out of here. Get down.
What is Jimmy Jacobs doing?
Trying to lay down the law with the referee right here.
Paul Turner saying, get out of the ring.
Hey, come on,
Oh!
Jimmy. Get down.
Mischief recovering.
Jimmy Jacobs just spit at Nevaeh.
What are you doing now? Come
How
on.
unclassy. Oh, there's the mist. The mist. Mischief. The mist to Nevaeh, and she's in trouble. She can't see.
The desecrator from Mischief. Cover. And that's 3.
But once again, Dave, without honor, there's no honor in using that green mist.
Hey, you do what you need to do to earn victories, and even though this was a non-title contest, there's a reason Mischief is the Shimmer champion. She will pull out all the stops like the rest of the Age of the Fall always does.
And look at the face covered with that green, nasty stuff. The spit from Jimmy Jacobs.
Well, he had the referee all tied up and allowed Mischief to blow the green mist right in the eyes, blinding Nevaeh and leaving her wide open for the desecrator. Steps over the arm and plants her with the DDT right on her head.
Oh, yeah, of course that's gonna work. She can't see. She's got that mist all in her eyes, on her face.
But Mischief is your winner here tonight.
Still to come tonight on HDNet, KENTA and Roderick Strong. That is our main event. Also, Ric Flair, some exclusive video, his final appearance on HDNet.
Can feel it, wheeling, dealing, son of a gun. Woo! Hey, I'm Colt Cabana, and welcome to my new segment, The Art of Pro Wrestling. Yes, I'm joined by my spokesmodel over here, Brent Albright, and this is an official show. Why is it official? They give us little microphones. Brent, yours is working out pretty good.
Oh, hello. Is it working? Hello.
And we're located. Hello. And we're located here at the merchandise table. Why are we at the merchandise store? Might you ask? Well, we need to sell merchandise. Come on, it's an easy one. Don't ask stupid questions. Albright, what do we do to people who ask dumb questions?
We punch them in the face.
Oh. No. What do we do to people who ask questions?
Ask them A or B. Punch them in the balls.
No, we answer them. Obvious, isn't it? A lot of people have been asking me, Colt, where do I get my Ring of Honor merchandise? At ringofhonorwrestling.com. You can pick up DVDs, and this right here is the art of the DVD reco. Pay-per-views Cage Collision, pay-per-views Rising Above 2008 are available on DVD now and available at ROHwrestling.com. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the art of the DVD reco.
Well, as we've told you, there is a new world champion of Ring of Honor. It is Austin Aries.
History was made, Hog. In New York City at the Hammerstein Ballroom, Austin Aries became the first man to become a two-time Ring of Honor world champion.
And you know, it's been an honor to have Ric Flair as a part of Ring of Honor. Now his final appearance here on HDNet.
As you know, I came to work for Ring of Honor 3 months ago. They've treated me phenomenally, and they asked me to become an ambassador for them. The relationship I have with Ring of Honor has been phenomenal, and I've said to the media, I'm saying to you, I could not have more respect for these kids back here that dare to dream, to work their ass off every night to give you a great show. I want to thank all of you for accepting me, for letting me be part of the Ring of Honor. Continue to support them. They have a great program, they have a great vision, and now they have the potential to become big players on a major network.
Now let's get back to the action in the ring.
This match is set for one fall with a 15-minute time limit. Approaching the ring, accompanied by Red Titus from Las Vegas, Nevada, weighing 235 pounds, Kenny King.
Yeah, who's paying attention to Kenny King coming in the ring? My goodness.
Hey, the women flocked to both Kenny King and Rhett Titus. They're bringing a few women to the ring with them here this week.
That'll certainly get the blood boiling in a lot of these fans here. By the way, I had a chance to talk to these ladies backstage. Have a few accounts of it on my Twitter account.
Really?
Yeah.
You have the inside scoop.
I tweeted about these ladies.
I don't
no
tweet.
doubt about it.
I don't want to hear about it. There's the room key for later on tonight. Rhett Titus certainly has plans.
Yeah, but so does Kenny King.
Kenny King's plan is to pull out a victory inside the ring here tonight.
Yeah, but Kenny needs to get his focus off of these ladies on what he has to do in the ring.
Hey, you just slapped the porpoise right there.
Hey, don't steal my lines, dude. You got to say it like this, though. Slap the porpoise. That's how you do it. Let's get rid of that three-way for a moment. And remember this three-way from a couple of weeks ago.
It was Kenny Omega pulling out the upset victory by pinning Kenny King in the three-way contest. And here tonight, Kenny King gets an opportunity one-on-one against Kenny Omega to even the score.
His opponent from Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada, weighing 221 pounds, Kenny Omega.
He doesn't want any part of the three-way with the girls. He just wants one-on-one, Omega and Kenny King. Did you see him shoo him away?
Yeah, he's clearly not interested, but Kenny Omega wants to prove himself in Ring of Honor competition, prove that maybe it wasn't a fluke, and beat Kenny King yet again in singles action, but easier said than done. Kenny King is a top-flight athlete, has a world of potential here in ROH. The Code of Honor is followed. And though Kenny King might have had those women during his entrance, he does look very focused and prepared for this match.
Don't forget, Rhett Titus is standing right there. You saw him on the corner of your screen a moment ago.
He's here for a bit of moral support.
Tremendous athleticism on the part of Kenny King.
No, but it's Omega turning it right back around on him. Now the head scissors from King.
You know, these are two very athletic wrestlers here, King and Kenny Omega, as you can see.
Well, that's what Ring of Honor is all about. Bringing the best athletic performers in the wrestling industry to you each and every week here on HDNet. And some agility shown right there by Kenny Omega. Able to land the kick and sends Kenny King all the way out to the floor.
Red Titus is there to help out his buddy, but here comes Omega sliding out the ring. Nothing doing, and there is a boot right to the chest.
Titus and King were one step ahead. Oh, but not right there. Miscommunication.
Wait a minute. That's not supposed to happen.
Kenny Omega looking to capitalize right now. Taking a chance.
Over the ring. He's got both of them. Wow.
Let's take another look. Kenny Omega got momentum off the ropes and soared to the floor, wiping out both Red Titus and Kenny King.
That is just sick. That's unbelievable.
Back inside, but not going for the immediate cover. That could be a mistake by Kenny Omega. King into the buckle. Here comes Omega. Delivers the elbow.
There's the boots right to the shoulders. Just a count of 2.
Finally went for the cover. He should have gone for that cover after the damage was done on the floor. Again, the inexperience of Kenny Omega showing right there, and the intelligence of Kenny King went right to the eye.
Yeah, he did it right in the front of the ref's face. Get you in trouble. How about Red Titus? What is he up to? No business doing that, and that hurt Kenny Omega. Only a 2 count, though, from Kenny King. I love Kenny King. He's always got a smile on his face.
And he's doing damage to the face of Omega right there. That's the confidence of Kenny King. That's why he's got that smile.
Oh, look at Red Titus!
Lending a helping hand.
I'm not sure that's entirely right. Not a lot of honor in that.
Omega trying to fire back here. Trying to get the advantage, but it's Kenny King doing damage in the corner.
Omega slammed down into the buckle by King. Now the kick to the head.
That's how it's done. King looking to follow up.
Red Titus over there acting like he's the one in the match. And what have we got going right here?
Perhaps a superplex from Kenny King.
This might be trouble for Kenny Omega.
We're trying to fight his way out of it, but King lands on his feet.
There's that athleticism again, flying off the ropes. That hurt Kenny King.
Omega's very worn down, though. Trying to pull himself back to a standing position.
Both of these wrestlers are hurting and exhausted right now.
Titus trying to fire up Kenny King.
Look at that, Omega's quickness.
Combination of Polish hammers right there.
You notice how Omega just explodes off of that rope. He gets so much momentum.
Can't put him away, though. He is using his speed, his quickness to his advantage right now. Can Omega do it 2 matches in a row and beat Kenny King?
That foot to the face hurt.
Neck breaker. Goes for the cover. Not
and
enough.
Again, just to a near fall.
Omega known for the electric chair German suplex. See if he can hit that on Kenny King tonight. Kick to the back of the head. Takes his head off.
Now King is taking the momentum. Slams him into the buckles.
Double knees right to the chest.
And again, just a count of 2. Look at it again.
Kicked him right in the back of the head and came off the ropes. Took his head off with that clothesline. And then the double knees right to the chest.
Omega got his foot up. And there, look at that. Somersaulting right over Kenny King. Boy, that elbow to the head may have turned the momentum. And there's Red Titus trying to get it back for Kenny King.
It looks like it worked. Going for the coronation.
And again, a near fall. Titus was already celebrating, but only a count of 2. Titus thought it was over, so did Kenny King. Look at Omega's face. He's exhausted.
Could be one more big move from Kenny King that earns him the victory. Sunset flip.
Look at both of these guys with near falls on each other.
Yeah, fighting for the win. Oh, what a slap across the face.
Kick out as much as you want. You can't beat me.
Oh, the trash talk starts from Kenny King, saying he can't beat him.
Enziguri from Omega. Getting all fired up. Full Nelson. Countered.
And Titus now grabs hold of Kenny Omega. No, my goodness. Omega got out of the way. Did you see that?
Reverse Hurricane Rana. Dumped right on his head. Electric chair. German.
And it's over. Titus into the ring after it's all over with.
Kenny Omega might have gotten the victory, but it looks like Red Titus and Kenny King are going to get the last laugh.
And here comes Eric Stevens to try to even it up a little bit.
Red Titus hightailing it to the locker room.
As well he should. Big win for Kenny Omega. Here's how it happened.
Yeah, was holding Omega, miscommunication. He hit his own partner. Reverse Rana from Kenny Omega. And it was the electric chair German suplex that earned Omega the victory.
I am so impressed with Kenny Omega, who overcame the fact that Red Titus was helping out Kenny King to win this match. And I'm excited about the tag title match next week. The American Wolves take on Tyler Black and Bryan Danielson.
Yeah, I can't wait. A rematch from their 45-minute draw in Canada recently between those two teams.
Now let's go back a couple of weeks. Dave, you remember when Eddie Kingston got disqualified in that match with Chris Hero.
Yeah, he just wanted to get his hands on him. Wouldn't break by the referee's count in the corner. Todd Sinclair had no choice but to disqualify Eddie Kingston and hand Chris Hero the victory. And it was Kingston, infuriated, put his hands on Todd Sinclair. You can't do that here in Ring of Honor.
Knocked out the ref. Eddie Kingston won't stop until he gets his hands on Chris Hero again.
This match is set for one fall with a 15-minute time limit. Approaching the ring from Yonkers, New York, weighing 241 pounds, Eddie Kingston. His opponent, currently in the ring, from Staten Island, New York, weighing 165 pounds, Andy Right Leg Ridge.
The last of a dying breed, Eddie Kingston, set to take on Right Leg Ridge in your next contest.
Listen at the crowd. They love Eddie Kingston. And Eddie still, I think, has his sights set on getting his hands on Chris Hero. He's still upset about what happened.
Well, you can't put your hands on the referee, and what it came down to is he wasn't listening to the referee's instructions. He just has so much hatred for Chris Hero, he let his emotions get the best of him in that matchup, and that's why he lost by disqualification.
And you'll notice that Todd Sinclair is not the referee in this match. There's the right leg from Ridge. Oh, and there is the right fist from Kingston. Right to the face.
Kingston just roughing him up. Just brutalizing the chest of Andy Ridge in the corner.
You think that Kingston is visualizing that Ridge might be Chris Hero? That's what he wants to do to him right there. Oh, he's calling for it. You saw him shouting, "Where's Hero?"
No, he is focused on Hero, without a doubt. Release suplex there from Eddie Kingston.
Even the crowd has started chanting, "We want Hero."
Oh, when those two men get their hands on one another once again, it will be a fight. Andy Ridge doing his best to hang in there in this one. Oh, no effect on Kingston.
How about that right leg? Nothing to it.
Back fist from Kingston.
It's over with. Really no contest there at all. Eddie Kingston thinking about Chris Hero. Wants a piece of him again.
Almost like a public workout for Eddie Kingston against Andy Ridge. Looks like he was knocked out by that back fist from the last of a dying breed, Eddie Kingston. Sending a message to Chris Hero. And let's take a look at some of the history between Jimmy Jacobs and Delirious. Formerly together as part of the Age of the Fall, it was at Stylin' and Profilin' in the St. Louis area that Delirious made the decision to break free of Jimmy Jacobs and turn on the Age of the Fall. They did battle at Insanity Unleashed in Indianapolis, Indiana, no disqualification, and just brutalized one another. And next week, these two men will face one another once again, Fight Without Honor, here on HDNet.
And right now, Jimmy Jacobs is with Kyle Durden.
Next week, for the first time ever on ROH on HDNet, it is a Fight Without Honor. It's Delirious against Jimmy Jacobs. Jimmy, how do you feel?
For the first time in a long time, I feel free. The Necro Butcher mutilated me in Texas. Delirious drove a nail into my left eye. Tyler Black has beaten me all around the United States and verbally undressed me. Freedom's just another word for nothing left to lose. The path starts this week. On Friday in Detroit, in a steel cage with Tyler Black. It continues on HDNet in a Fight Without Honor with Delirious. My destiny, their destiny, lie together. The Age of the Fall begins.
Back to you guys.
Wow. Delirious, Jimmy Jacobs, Fight Without Honor. Now, I haven't seen one of these, but I hear they are something special. Violent might be the word to use. That's next week.
Following contest is your main event. It is scheduled for one fall with television time remaining. Approaching the ring from Tampa, Florida, weighing 215 pounds, Roderick Strong.
Quite a challenge tonight for Roderick Strong. Had a chance to talk to him before the show, and he said he is totally fired up about this and really thinks he has a shot tonight to pull off an upset.
first look at Japanese superstar Kenta here on HDNet. And for any of you in the Detroit or Chicago area, Kenta will be part of live events on the 26th and 27th of June. Tickets to those events available at ROHWrestling.com.
You know, Dave, I have heard so much about Kenta. I'm really looking forward to seeing him here tonight. So are a lot of these fans that I talked to. Excited about what he brings to the ring.
These are two of the hardest hitting athletes on the Ring of Honor roster. Roderick Strong known for the chops, and Kenta can hit very hard as well. Chops of his own, as well as lethal kicks.
You gotta wonder if Kenta might not be a challenger to the new champion Austin Aries at some point.
Oh, without a doubt, Kenta has held titles worldwide. He is the current GHC Junior Heavyweight Champion in Japan. Of course, that title not on the line in this one. But yeah, he has been in his fair share of ROH World Title opportunities in the past here in ROH.
You know, and you talked about the athleticism of these two guys. Roderick Strong, former football player.
Went for that chop right there, but Kenta just a little quick. Got out of harm's way before Roderick could land it.
Well, you can't throw those chops on the football field, that's for sure. But I think sometimes Roderick Strong gets a little underrated. This is a guy who I think has tremendous potential to go places in Ring of Honor.
And right there, Roderick was a little quicker than Kenta, who threw the kick, and Roderick got out of the way. Yeah, Roderick Strong, he's a former World Tag Team Champion in ROH, and many say that he is a future ROH World Champion himself. Oh, what a chop!
Right to Kenta. You see how quick Kenta's feet are. Look at that.
Look at the intensity.
Yeah, these guys exchanging blow for blow.
A tremendous exchange between these two athletes.
Dave, this might be the most physical match we've had in Ring of Honor on HDNet up until now.
Oh, without a doubt. They hit very hard, and Kenta looking down at his chest after those brutal chops. His chest is red.
And the foot right to the gut of Roderick Strong. But both of these guys are really tough.
Neither man the largest professional wrestler in that ring, but they are brutal. They can hit very, very hard.
Well, you know what they say, and it's not the size of the dog in the fight. It's the size of the fight in the dog. Oh, my goodness. Oh, right there to Strong. That hurt him.
Let's take another look at it. Kenta with momentum off the ropes and just connected with that kick.
He nearly took his head off with that.
Roderick is almost lifeless right now as Kenta trying to pull him back up. Brings him right back down, grabs hold of the chin lock to wear the man down. Take away the energy of Roderick Strong.
You're seeing now some of the moves that had everybody excited here tonight to see this wrestler from Japan, Kenta.
It is always a treat when fans get to see Kenta live and in person.
Well, those kicks are not treats to Roderick Strong. They really hurt him.
Both men being very aggressive. Both certainly want the victory here in your main event this week.
On a national stage, their chance to show the world what they've got. And we're going to see more from Roderick Strong as lifted Kenta up and threw him to the mat.
And just launched him across the ring, chest first.
And a chop to the chest. Oh, man, a chop upside the head.
Each strike just echoing throughout this arena, and now just stops from Roderick Strong.
It seems to me that KENTA, who is in some severe pain right now, look at him grabbing his chin. Look at the marks on his chest. Did you see that on that close-up?
His chest is turning purple. And there's the first backbreaker of the match from Roderick Strong, known for working over the back of his opponents. Master of the Boston Crab as well as the Stronghold.
Count of 2, and Strong going to work on the back of KENTA.
Now a reverse bear hug right here, making it very difficult for KENTA to breathe as well as break free from the hold. Trying to elbow his way out of it.
And he does. But again, that kick right to the head from Strong. And a count of 2. Let's watch that again. Keep your eye on Strong's feet.
KENTA hit the ropes. His own momentum used against him. Beautiful drop kick from Roderick. Got him in near fall.
Now both of these guys getting a little tired.
He's turning KENTA's chest into hamburger.
Not sushi?
No, absolutely not. Sends him into the buckle, and KENTA just collapses from the brutality dished out by Roderick Strong. KENTA is the originator of the go to sleep, the fireman's carry into the knee strike to the face of his opponents. Reverses the whip. But Roderick strikes first.
Well, let me tell you something. KENTA's got some work to do before he has a chance for that go to sleep.
Well, he did a little bit of work right there with that power slam. Buys him some time to regain his bearings as the referee administers a double count. Burst of adrenaline here from KENTA.
This is as even as we've seen a match in a long time. Roderick Strong holding his own against KENTA.
KENTA all the way to the top rope. Leaping lariat all the way across the ring.
And gets a count of 2 before Roderick Strong able to come out. Watch this again. Flying off the ropes with that leaping lariat.
You got great hang time. And now the STF cinched in by KENTA. Roderick's very close to the ropes.
And he grabs the ropes. KENTA has to break the hold.
He did wear the man down, though.
Whoa!
Grabbed hold of the gear of KENTA, sent him all the way out to the apron. Slingshot.
Grabbed him right by his trunks, gets the 2. That was awfully close to being over.
Now, KENTA can take a lot of punishment in that ring and continue to kick out.
You know, that's one of the things that I think makes KENTA so good is that he can withstand a lot of pain and come back, and he's in some pain now, especially in his back.
That Uranagi backbreaker right over the knee of Roderick Strong, but KENTA still with enough to kick out.
Come on, Paul.
Roderick getting a little frustrated at the referee's count.
As you heard him say, come on, Paul. Thought he had him.
Could be setting up for the gut buster, but KENTA works his way off the shoulders. Huh. Another chop. Nice combo.
Even if he wins, KENTA's going to have a very sore chest when this is over. And right to the chest of Roderick Strong. Oh, my goodness.
Roderick's going to have a sore jaw, sore face. Both feet right to the side of the face of Strong in the corner. Sit-out powerbomb.
When somehow Roderick Strong summons up enough energy to just get out of it and keep this match going.
Trademark combination from Kenta. Busaiku knee. And Roderick able to kick out. We talked about how resilient Kenta was earlier. Roderick Strong can take a beating as well.
You know, Dave, we've seen both of these guys take a lot of punishment, and I'm sure both of them are thinking, what is it going to take to win this match?
Kenta going for the go to sleep, but Roderick off the shoulders. It could be the go to sleep that earns Kenta the victory in this one, Hog. But can he get him in position to do it?
Oh, Roderick Strong's not letting him, that's for sure.
Has Kenta all the way up top. Superplex from Roderick. Cover.
Oh my goodness, and again, so close. A near fall. Watch this again.
All the way off the top rope. So worn down, couldn't go for the cover immediately. And now going for the stronghold. Kenta fighting it off and reaches the ropes.
Kenta barely made it to those ropes, but he's very smart. Knew his position in the ring.
Now both men out on the apron. Very dangerous position. That's just the ring frame below them. Hard kick to the back of Roderick right there.
And it knocks him right off of the ring. Kenta now out too. They're both going to be fighting outside the ring. My goodness, Strong. That was right against that corner. And again, right to the back of Kenta.
Somehow Kenta able to kick out. Roderick with the backbreaker across the edge of the steel ring frame. And now Roderick, gutbuster. Running boot, cover.
Cover here, and 3 times now, Roderick Strong has come so close to victory.
He won a match with that very boot just a couple of weeks ago here on HDNet, but Kenta was able to kick out.
Roderick Strong has used everything in his playbook to try to win this match. Here's Kenta. This could be. Oh, the go to sleep. There it is. Here comes the cover. That's it. The go to sleep worked. Kenta wins. Both these guys are absolutely exhausted.
What a hard-hitting matchup. Roderick Strong went for the Gibson driver. Kenta able to counter, got him up on his shoulders, and nailed him with the go-to-sleep. And that earns Kenta his first victory here on HDNet. One of the best wrestlers worldwide here in ROH is Kenta.
That was a great match.
Oh, a phenomenal showing by both competitors. That's the action that you see here in Ring of Honor.
And here comes the handshake. It has been an amazing night here on HDNet. Next week promises to be just as good. As Tyler Black, Bryan Danielson will battle the American Wolves for the tag team title. That is next week on Ring of Honor on HDNet.
You've been watching a special presentation of Ring of Honor Wrestling on HDNet.